Hello, I'm Mantastic'c and Fantastic, and today I want to talk about the January pad news that North America Gung-Ho has just released. So there are quite a few different things in this video slash news update, and I want to just touch upon each of them individually to give you an idea of what to expect. So first things first, there's going to be version 19.8 coming in the near future. It will give us access to that special new combo match blob awakening that you've possibly seen on like Christmas Celica, Christmas XD. Like, it's an awakening that was in JP when it was released because we got that respective Christmas event ahead of time, so we didn't have that awakening. So point of the matter is that awakening is going to come out. It's going to give more value to blobbing, cool stuff. Other awakenings get tweaked. Whenever that goes live, I'll make a more in-depth video about that. Next is Pad New Year's arrives. So due to the fact that we're usually 2 months behind JP and the fact that Lunar New Year is actually quite soon on February 1st, it's kind of respectable to assume that like New Year's REM tends to come a little later for us. That's perfectly fine. It's okay. And it's going to feature updates and buffs for various cards. There will be a new and powerful orb skin, but again, seasonals tend to have distressing lower bottom rarities, so that can be quite unfortunate. In addition to that, we have 10 times PAL points in multiplayer, and I only want to mention that now because we actually have incredibly exciting PALing machines. At this exact moment until the 27th, we have the Extreme Pluses point carnival. Basically, you roll the PAL machine, you get tons of pluses. This is where I get most of my pluses. I just roll my PAL eggs, and I get pluses. And this time now, they've been buffed, and it's about almost 50 pluses per thing on average. Every time I sell a 10, I get on average maybe 500 pluses. So it's definitely much more lucrative compared to before, where you get maybe like 250 to 300 pluses. Like, it's a much higher amount, so this is pretty nice, because Super Awakenings can be frustrating when you have to keep swapping between them. Next up, we have the Fairy Title Challenge returning. Time limit 30 minutes. So, for those who failed to get the Fairy Title in the previous iteration, it's coming back, but we'll have to clear it in the alt dimension of Mystics. So, you have to have Devil and Healer because those are the ones that are enhanced. You don't have to have a full team of Devil and Healers, but the more Devils and Healers you bring into the dungeon, the much easier time you are going to have. So, if you haven't cleared it already, think about looking into it now because it's going to give yourself a much happier time if you have a new title. And I guess if you cleared it already, you probably get an extra stone and you get gems either way. Point of the matter is, I like that titles come back. I think there should be just more titles available in game because we have so few ways to actually express ourselves and how we want to like show off what we've accomplished in pads. So I would like to see just more titles in general. Next up, we have a 10 Magic Stone new Fest exclusive Celebration Godfest. Basically, it's going to be Blackbird debuting. So Blackbird is like the other transforming cards in the sense that they have a 25 turn cooldown to transform initially, then 6 more turns to reach their final form. Once they reach their final form, they have a 2-turn active skill that creates orbs for their colors and an attack buff. It's just an incredibly efficient active skill. It lets you have activation, it lets you have just more damage, happier times all around. Whether or not this is going to be a good event will come down to the rolling rates. I like the Player's Choice Godfest because it had 45% chance to get any Godfest exclusive. This is probably not going to have such great odds, but again, you get a chance to acquire Blackbird. But again, if you have the other submarines or watches or whatnot you want to call them, and you have competent teams for them, you may or may not necessarily need Blackbird to advance further. And as a general statement, I tend to see that like debut Godfest for respective Godfest exclusives tend to have lower rolling rates just because they want to get people to roll more and hopefully get sad and therefore buy more stones or just roll more in the future. Point of the matter is, there's lots to roll in. And in fact, speaking of things to roll in, we are actually going to be having a special collab arrive of One Punch Man. Wow! New collabs are always exciting because we get exciting cards in the sense that like they are new, they hopefully fill different holes in our given monster box, and in addition to that, it's also going to feature an incredibly strong farmable card. Basically, a card that you're able to monster exchange for, and amusingly enough, they're a great sub for Blackbird teams. So, you get these farmable subs for a new Godfest exclusive. The timing seems pretty magical when you really think about it. It's obviously intended. And I feel like the reason why this January news update was posted so late in the month is because they're probably trying to hammer out the details of getting One Punch Man collab to come. So it is obviously coming, so this is a great sign. It's a good indication that the server and pad as a whole is doing well because Gung-Ho wouldn't go out of their way to give us new collabs if the game was kind of tanking, sinking, not making money. So this is a good sign. It shows that things are going well overall. With that being said, those are all the main notable things that they highlighted in their respective monthly video. So with that being said, let me know what you think about all these exciting announcements in the comments down below. Which thing are you excited for? And do you even have enough magic stones to actually roll liberally in all those respective events? With that being said, hopefully you all have a truly fantastic day. I wish you all the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.